In a small, dusty town in the old USA, there lived a writer named Jack Henson. Jack loved writing stories more than anything. Every day, he would sit at his wooden desk by the window, scratching away with his quill on pieces of parchment. His stories were about cowboys, adventure, and dreams coming true. But Jack had a problem. No one wanted to read his books. He had spent years sending his stories to publishers, but they either sent them back or didn't reply at all. Jack felt like a failure. In the town, there were bullies who made things worse. One of them was Clint Matthews, the town's blacksmith. Clint was a big man with a loud voice and a mean laugh. "Still writing those silly stories, Jack?" Clint would mock every time he saw him. "Why don't you write about how nobody cares about your books?" Clint's friend, Tucker, wasn't any better. He always added, "Maybe you should write about being broke, Jack. That's a story everyone knows about you." The two of them would laugh and walk away, leaving Jack feeling small. But Jack had some friends too. Clara, the kind owner of the general store, always believed in him. "Don't let those bullies get to you, Jack," she said. "You have a gift. One day, people will see it." And there was young Tommy, a 10-year-old boy who loved Jack's stories. "Mr. Henson, I read the story you gave me about the brave cowboy. It was amazing," Tommy said one day. "Will you write more?" Jack smiled at Tommy. "Maybe," he said, though he wasn't sure. One day, something unexpected happened. A stranger rode into town on a fine horse. He wore a long coat and had a sharp hat tilted on his head. People in the town whispered about him, wondering who he was. The man introduced himself as Mr. Grayson, a famous book publisher from New York City. Mr. Grayson stopped at Clara's general store to buy supplies. As he was paying, he noticed a small pile of Jack's handwritten stories on the counter. Clara kept them there for anyone who wanted to read them. "What are these?" Mr. Grayson asked. "Oh, those are stories written by Jack Henson, our town's writer," Clara said with pride. "He's very talented, but no one's given him a chance yet." Mr. Grayson picked up one of the stories and read a few lines, then a few more. Soon he was so focused that he didn't hear Clara talking anymore. After a while, he said, "This is good, really good. Where can I find this, Jack Henson?" That evening, Mr. Grayson visited Jack's small home. Jack was surprised to see such an important-looking man at his door. "Are you Jack Henson?" Mr. Grayson asked. "Yes, sir," Jack replied nervously. "I read your story, and I think it's fantastic," Mr. Grayson said. "I'd like to publish your work. The world needs to read what you've written." Jack couldn't believe his ears. For years, he had waited for someone to believe in him. Now, it was finally happening. When the news spread, Clint and Tucker were furious. "How did he get lucky?" Clint muttered. But Jack didn't care about their opinions anymore. He was too busy preparing his stories for Mr. Grayson. With Clara and Tommy cheering him on, Jack's book was published a few months later. It became a huge success, and people all over the country loved his stories. Jack became the pride of the town, and even Clint and Tucker stopped mocking him. One day, Jack saw Tommy reading his published book under a tree. "Thank you for believing in me, Tommy," Jack said. Tommy looked up and grinned. "I knew you could do it, Mr. Henson." From then on, Jack's life was never the same. He continued writing, and his stories brought joy to people far and wide. And whenever he thought about giving up, he remembered the kindness of Clara, the support of Tommy, and the unexpected visit of Mr. Grayson. Sometimes, Jack thought, all it takes is one unexpected moment to change everything. And that's the inspiring story of Jack Henson, the writer who never gave up, even when the odds were stacked against him. His journey shows us that perseverance, kindness, and a little bit of unexpected luck can truly change everything. Now, I want to hear from you. What part of Jack's story inspired you the most? Was it the way he stayed strong despite the bullies? Or how his friends like Clara and Tommy supported him? Or maybe it was the unexpected visit from Mr. Grayson that turned his life around. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. If you enjoyed this story, Please take a moment to like this video to show your support. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel Storytime with Rose for more motivational and heartwarming tales just like this one. And hit the notification bell so you'll never miss a new story. It's completely free and helps us grow this amazing storytelling community. Lastly, if you know someone who could use a little inspiration today, share this video with them. Who knows? Jack's story might just brighten their day or give them the push they need to chase their own dreams. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next story. Until then, take care and remember, your story matters.